Hello and welcome back to the Pikmin commentary.
Hello.
We're going to the impact site
Hello.
for the last time.
The first area of the game. Josh was telling us last part that he decides to finish off all the rest of the areas before he goes to the distant spring.
Yes.
Do you show off any of the optional bosses here?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But I guess I'll just mention them now because, right here I'm not really doing anything special. All I need to do is bring out 3 Pikmin to bring down a Balmorant gate and then bring out a bunch of blues to their doom. But, basically there are 2 optional bosses. They appear after day 8. One of them appears on, even days and one of them appears on odd. The one that appears on odd days is the, Gulex. It's basically a water-based enemy that kind of looks like a cell, and you just only blue Pikmin can attack it, because it's pretty much made of water, and it's pretty simple. You just attack it, in its weak spot, and it dies like any other enemy.
Oh no! You just killed 2 Pikmin.
No. And then the other enemy is the Mamuta, which is related to another enemy that we'll get into, later, but,
Oh
it's
yeah,
basically...
the optional boss. The one option boss you do show off.
Yeah. It's basically, a rock golem type enemy, and all it does is, for an attack, plant your Pikmin into the ground. And when it plants them into the ground, it turns them automatically into, flowers. So it's actually kind of useful, in that sense, if you want to flowerize your Pikmin fast. And you can kill it. Yeah.
I think you can do that with most boss fights, though. One thing to note with those pearls, though, aren't they? Don't they give you like a whole bunch of Pikmin when you bring them back?
Yeah, they'll drop silver pearls, which make 50 Pikmin each. So, all the clams have a silver pearl, except for this one, which actually has a ship part. So, yeah.
Wait, ship part? Oh, it doesn't look much like a ship part, but whatever. The positron generator. Is this where you lose most of your Pikmin at?
Yes, it's due to a glitch with the next, clam.
Is this optional?
Oh, that one.
This part?
The ship part? No. No, it's required.
I probably wouldn't have thought that it was optional, actually. It looks like something that would be optional, though.
But I can also...
Yeah.
I'm also thinking, would it occur to someone to attack the pearls for
no.
I whistled them clearly, but... Yeah. They just died. It was a glitch, because I whistled them. So... Not my fault! Olimar just runs away.
Like a good captain, whenever you kill all your shipmates, you always gotta just ditch them.
You're like, well, they're dead.
You'll have to write letters to all their families now. Dear Mr. Blue Pikmin. Pikmin number 247 was a great Pikmin.
Well, he wouldn't have to mail it far, he'd just have to stuff it in the onion.
Yeah.
One thing to note about the pearls there, how they drop 50 Pikmin. In the GameCube version, how you know that those pearls have gotten to the onion is that the game will lag immensely. Just due to how many models are being loaded in at one time.
Yeah, assuming you have less than 50 Pikmin on the field, because actually, if you have 100 Pikmin in the field and something goes into the onion, it just creates an onion and not as a seed. So.
So these flowers change colour. How do they work?
Wait.
Oh, what do you mean?
Posse pellet?
Yeah, the flowers that go from red to blue and yellow.
Oh, basically how they work is they change colors, and whenever you throw a Pikmin at them, you're gonna try and want to get the same color as that Pikmin, the pellet. When the pellet lands on the ground, it'll stay as that color.
Now, do you pick up this big red pallet there?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
Because the only part I have to get this day is this one, so I have a lot of time left over to just multiply.
Good, Boblox. That was starting to bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just that it's so glorious, and you've got to collect it. It's
Yeah, but
a big
I
prize.
want to prioritize the ship part.
Boblox, you gotta grab it. You just gotta.
Look at it. It's big, huge.
Well, I
number
want
20.
to get the pearls and the ship part first, because they're the most important.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what you want to do is mostly multiply blues. It's a good idea to come here after you discover blues, because it's not very easy to multiply Pikmin in the Force Naval, because you will need a lot of blues for the distant spring. So.
Mm-hmm. It's a spring, so I thought there'd be a lot of water, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bun. How many yellow? You said you ended up with 60 yellows. Never mind. Are yellows, do you think, are more important in Pikmin 2, or do you think they're like still not very important as others?
They're probably more important in Pikmin 2 than reds.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that means that they're pretty important then.
Because they disable electricity, which is insta-kill, which is the only insta-kill hazard in Pikmin 2. So.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that makes sense, as Olimar is a living organism.
Yeah. In Pikmin 3, though, they just made it, they didn't make it insta-kill, they just made it so it, like, shocks the Pikmin, and they're, like, paralyzed on the ground for a long time, and if you don't whistle them, they'll die. Paralyzation and electrocution. It's pretty gruesome, but...
That's actually pretty terrible.
Yeah, just prolong the pain, but they might live.
They, like,
So.
they get shocked and they're just sitting there paralyzed. Could you imagine how they feel there?
I think I have a Miiverse post where I paralyzed Brittany on purpose, and then I took a picture, and then I, as Alf, and I was like, and in my Miiverse post, I was like, haha, she's paralyzed.
One thing I really like about some, there's a Twitter page called Linkstagram and, what the guy is, in Wind Waker HD, you can, take a picture, with Link inside the pictures as if it's like a selfie sort of thing. And so the guy puts pictures like, "Oh, I'm just hanging around with Ganon, no big deal," and he has like Ganon in the background with Link, with like this big smile. Like he can even change his emotions to everything too.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Well, might be a bit off topic, but apparently Pokemon electric types will be now immune to being paralyzed.
That makes sense, actually. That makes sense to me.
I want to say
That's very helpful.
I guess it is a good thing, but well, the thing is with being paralyzed is that it's not an electric status, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, actually, thinking back to that, ground-type Pokemon can get paralyzed by just body slamming them.
Yeah, but oh well, if I was using an electric type, I would at least appreciate that advantage.
One thing I've noticed about Pokemon is, though, there are actually some Pokemon that are immune to paralysis.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example, though.
Like Purloin, because it has the ability to limber.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of the cats have the ability to limber as well, so... Purloin Persian.
Oh, even Persian from, like, the first generation, even?
I want to say yeah, but you know, I can't remember which cat has which ability.
Okay, because Persians from the first gen, they could have probably gave Persian that ability, though, in Black 2. Or, well, not Black 2, like Black 1 and Black White. I don't know anymore. What do you do for the rest of the day? Do you just finish up what you can do here and then, end the day?
Yeah, I just multiply as much as I can and I end the day. I think this is the part where I end the day because I get absolutely every Pikmin multiplying item in the area before the day's up, so...
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Pretty much just multiplying. But it's for a reason. You need to have a lot of blues from the next area, because they're gonna die.
Oh, okay. So is this
Guaranteed.
the most boring part, you would say?
There's a part that is... This is probably the most, boring part on a standard playthrough, but, I, make a part even more boring in this playthrough, so...
How did you manage to do that?
I tried to properly nectarize my Pikmin for the last half of the day when I got all the ship parts in the, Force of Hope, but it didn't go well, and I wasted half the day trying to just nectarize Pikmin.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a very glitchy and annoying process. I do that in the next episode, so...
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
2 boring parts in a row then.
So,
Yeah, except for the first half of the day.
so I noticed that red Pikmin can apparently climb. So,
I think all of them
do
can.
that.
okay.
So since these next few parts is just gonna basically be, Pikmin grinding, what do you guys want to talk about? Maybe we could talk about future playthroughs. How about we talk about that? Jeff wants to do, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
How are you gonna handle that? Are you gonna do it 100%, or are you just gonna do it, just for fun playthrough?
Definitely not 100% through the story, but I'd have to think about do the story missions, but mainly include a few optional ones if they're interesting.
Oh, okay. One thing I don't know which game I want to do next. I don't know if I want to do Super Mario Galaxy next, or if I want to do Ace Attorney next. Because if I'm gonna do Ace Attorney next, I'll probably get distracted in the middle of that playthrough, because the new Ace Attorney is coming out, like, in just a couple days. No, not a couple days, like a month. And yeah, actually, that would keep it fresh in my mind, though. Anyways.
Well, I've been playing Sunshine recently, so I guess I'll maybe start recording that soon, just because I'm like in the mood to play Sunshine.
All right, yeah, you could do Sunshine right away. If you're doing Sunshine, then I'll probably do Ace Attorney then.
But I'm also gonna try to prioritize recording Sonic 06, since you already have that recorded, and I need to catch up on that. So.
Oh, just take all the time you need, because I don't know if I want to do 06 next as our next Sonic game, or.
Well, we don't have to archive them in the same order we LP commentate over them. So.
I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I've got lucky with Sonic 06, because I think I might have the best story to play through.
I would disagree. Well, I don't have to really play through a story anymore, but I guess it's my opinion. But I prefer Sonic story just to the gameplay, not so much the story, but the gameplay I prefer over Shadows and Silvers.
Yeah, I could see that, but at least Shadow has the shorter story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Well, I like playing as.
Go. What were you gonna say?
I said I like playing as Silver because then I can just kind of imagine I'm not playing a Sonic game. But if I play with Sonic or Shadow, I'm like, oh, I could just be playing Adventure or Heroes. But with Silver, I'm like, yeah, this is a completely different game. It's not in the Sonic franchise at all, yeah. Because the gameplay's so different.
I guess. Well, unless you're playing as Blaze.
Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say.
Blaze is better than Sonic, so.
Wait, hold on. Listen to this music here. It sounds a lot different than from how it's been.
It changes that from there's 3 tracks to each area. There's a morning track and afternoon. There's actually 2 tracks in Pikmin 1 and 2. There's a near sunset track and a regular track. And there's a near sunset track. So, but in Pikmin 3, there's a first half of the day track, the second half of the day track, and then the sunset track. And then the raining day track, so there's 4 tracks.
Oh, okay.
So,
You were gonna say something, Jeff, before I cut you off?
I was just saying, do you know the speed shoe actually appears in Sonic 06?
Yes, it does, but I don't think they put it in any levels.
No,
Except for one side mission.
no, I was gonna say I was playing a Shadow, and that's where I found it.
Yeah, it's in one of Shadow's side missions, and if you use it, you actually speed up. So, I don't know why they didn't default that as their speed.
I was gonna say, as soon as Shadow picked up the speed shoe, he did move a lot faster, but he controlled really badly.
Well, that's actually probably why they turned down the speed then, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really control well to begin with, but... Anyways, yeah. You said that the clam thing there, that's the most Pikmin you ever lose in a single period of time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I like how Olimar mentions like how how he killed his Pikmin to the bomb rock, and now he's reviewing the controls just to make sure you don't kill the Pikmin, completely ignoring the Clam incident.
A few Pikmin died by the clam, but you know what? I'm not coming back here, so I'm just gonna remind you of the bomb rocks.
Yeah. Anyways, see you in part 6 when we complete the Forest of Hope.